Okay, so Paul teed off yesterday that we were going to push as much AI content until the very end as possible, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I have 6 minutes and 40 seconds exactly to talk to you about 10 AI apps that you can take back home and use. It's no small task. I'm going to pace as I do it. We're going to move quickly, but feel free to also take photos throughout and tag me on LinkedIn so my mom knows people listen to me. So, starting last summer, I transitioned to using ChatGPT to create bedtime stories, pictures of them for my son Max of his favorite animals, often zoo animals. Now, once he got the hang of what I was up to, he started asking me to do it himself. So now, once a week for 10 minutes at night, my wife and I use ChatGPT to parent our child. Don't judge us. So I'm not here to talk about ChatGPT. We've all used it. It's those other apps that are purposely built for marketers, all because after asking for a story about Santa and a giraffe this past December, my son asked me what other ChatMachi apps I like to use. That's how he enunciates ChatGPT, much to the dismay of my wife, who is a speech therapist. So today I pulled 10 apps. They're not at random. These are things that I use on a daily basis or for specific use cases in my role. A lot of these are point solutions. They have competitors, so you can certainly Google around and find alternate options for you based off of your needs. The first one I want to talk about, which is the one that kind of Stacy blew my cover on earlier, is Google's Notebook LM. Now this started as a true note-taking app. But last summer, it got a lot of credibility because you could upload long-form content and it creates a live production with hosts that you can then listen to throughout. So you can upload that content, it summarize it, nothing unique about generative AI today. The unique piece is that it is that podcast-style output. So you can take anything that you would typically take tons of time to read. It can be analyst articles. It's never Maria's articles for me, by the way. And it's going to summarize that. You can listen to it. And you can even now, as of December, ask it questions as if you're in the audience, and those hosts will answer them. Staying on podcasts for a second, I want to talk about Wondercraft. It allows you to create podcasts with a library of AI hosts, voices, and royalty-free music. It doesn't have to be a podcast either. It can be an audio ad or an audio book. Whatever it may be, you can simply go in, select the voices that you want to use, and produce it as your own podcast, even Notebook LM. Now, if you've ever done video before, you know what a challenge this can be. You have to be able to go in and cut and stitch those pieces back together. It's painful. Descript allows you to upload your video. It creates a transcription for you in a Word-like document that you can then go in and edit. So if I say sentences I didn't want to include in that video or filler words like ums, I remove them from that document and removes it from the video. Now you can take those videos and you can upload them to Submagic. It creates all of those captions that Claire talked about, being able to really build into a strong social strategy. It actually localizes those languages in 48 different versions for you. So as you think about descriptions, hashtags, all the things that Claire and Liz know way more about than I ever will, Submagic allows you to do that. Now, for content creation, I went between Jasper and Writer. Both are incredible tools, but Jasper's target audience is marketers. So if you've ever tried to create a blog post, social content, you've spent days working on it between drafting, editing, endless hours of polishing, this is where Jasper leans in. You don't have to go to a ChatGPT where you have to know how to prompt it because you're not an engineer, or you have to know which model to choose. Jasper's purposely built for marketers in a way that it asks you the questions and it creates publish-ready content, I like to say in 20 minutes. You don't have to do the guesswork throughout it and know how to work within a ChatGPT. It's extremely helpful, but Writer's a good option as well. Now, the next one is one that I don't use every day, but when I do, it's absolutely incredible. Napkin allows you to input text, and it creates visualizations based off of those things. And then you can select which visualization you like best. You can change out the icons, the colors, the style, whatever it may be, and input it into PowerPoint presentations, whatever it is. It's very helpful over SmartArt and PowerPoint, which if you've ever used SmartArt, you know that it's a pain. So here is Clio. It is a free Chrome-based extension that scans your LinkedIn-based industries based off of your profile, and it understands what's resonating with your audiences in a way where you don't have to go search and try to pull those things. And then it helps you generate content that it knows is going to target those audience and be received more and get the engagement that you're looking for. Now, there's a lot of text-to-image apps out there. Midjourney still remains my favorite. It's not perfect, I'm not here to tell you it is, but if you dedicate the time, the output is absolutely incredible. I usually use a ChatGPT or a Claude to help me prompt it, and then I tweak Midjourney as I go to create images for presentations like this, or even marketing content where you don't have the staff on hand to be able to scale where you need to go. Now, this is a video from CES this past year of a hoverboard. In all actuality, it's a fake video. It's created with Google's VO2, but you start to get an idea of where these models are going, where it's using human-based interactions, and really real-life physics to create this video content. You still have to request access to this, but you can get an idea for how we can create stories through video that's going to resonate with our audiences. Now, the last one is Google's Gemini deep research model. I went between this and OpenAI's that they announced earlier this year, but that's still not, or earlier this month, that's still not available. And honestly, I like this one more at the moment. So when you need to do research on any sort of topic, but you don't have a researcher on staff, these models can help do that due diligence for you. So in this example, I asked it to go out and research competitive and potential customer landscape of hardware stores in Shaker Heights, Ohio, where I'm from. If you've talked to me for more than 2 minutes, you know that I'm not really trying to open a hardware store, but it gives you a good idea of where we're going with this. So it gives me 35 different websites it's going to search. I can qualify those, I can remove any that I need, but it's going to go scan those. And then it's going to give me this multi-page, citation-heavy document of all of that research. It did this in about 8 minutes for me. So it takes a little bit of time, but I walked away and it was super helpful. I use this in a way looking at consumer trends, new feature functionality within platforms, or even competitive analyses where I simply don't have a researcher or the time to do it. Now, before I walk away, I want to leave with this quote from Jared. AI isn't an option, it's the future operating system of business. Brands that fail to adapt will be outpaced by those that do. My hope within this session is that one of these apps or multiple of these apps help you feel that you're never going to be outpaced, either personally or within your organization. Now, I know this was a lot to digest, but what I want to challenge you with is to be curious, go out and explore, be like my son Max a little bit, and hopefully you see that Ansira is taking AI strategically very well, and we want to help you guys do that as well.